The sun goes down, and everything changes. During the day, you can see what's coming. At night, you can't. And for ancient humans, that wasn't just uncomfortable. That was the most dangerous 6 hours of every single day. Here's how they made it through. First thing you need to understand. Ancient humans didn't just fear the dark because it was spooky. They feared it because something was actually out there. Big cats hunt at night. Wolves hunt at night. Hyenas hunt at night. Every major predator that wanted to eat a human preferred the dark, because in the dark, they had every advantage. Better night vision, better hearing, better smell. And humans had basically none of that. So when the sun went down, the predators woke up, and ancient humans knew it. So what did they do? The first thing was fire. Not for warmth, not for cooking, for light. A fire burning at night does something remarkable. It pushes the darkness back. And predators, most of them, won't cross into firelight. Not because fire is magic. Because fire is unpredictable. It moves, it spreads, it burns. Animals that got too close to flames got hurt. Over generations, predators learned to stay away. So a fire burning through the night created an invisible wall. Everything dangerous stayed outside it. Everything human stayed inside. Archaeological evidence shows ancient human camps almost always had fire burning through the night. Not just for warmth, as a perimeter, but fire needed someone to keep it going. And here's something most people don't think about. Ancient humans didn't all sleep at the same time. Ever. Someone was always awake, watching, listening, ready to wake everyone else the second something felt wrong. This wasn't a scheduled system. It wasn't written down or organized formally. It just worked that way because it had to. Groups that all fell asleep at the same time often didn't wake up together. The ones that survived always had someone with eyes open. Evidence suggests this pattern of light sleeping and taking turns staying alert may still be wired into us today. One likely reason some people naturally wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep goes back to exactly this. Your body still thinks someone needs to keep watch. But fire and watchmen weren't always enough. Because here's the problem nobody talks about. Fire needs fuel, and in the middle of the night when fuel runs out, the darkness comes back, fast. This is where location became critical. Ancient humans were extremely careful about where they slept. Not just anywhere. Specific places that gave natural advantages. Caves, with only one entrance. High ground, where you could see anything approaching from far away. Rocky areas, where large predators couldn't move quietly. Anywhere that reduced the number of directions danger could come from. This sounds obvious now, but think about what it required. Every single night, before sleeping, someone had to look at the landscape and make decisions. Where is the safest spot? How many directions can something approach from? What would we hear before we saw it? This was strategic thinking, happening every single night, for hundreds of thousands of years. And then there's the part of this story that most people find surprising. Noise. Ancient human camps were loud at night. On purpose. Talking. Moving around. The crackle of fire. This sounds counterintuitive. Shouldn't they be quiet to avoid attracting attention? Actually, the opposite. Most predators are ambush hunters. They need surprise. A quiet, still, sleeping group is a perfect ambush target. A noisy group, talking, moving, maintaining fire, is broadcasting something very specific. We know you're out there. We are awake. Come closer if you want. But we'll see you coming. Most predators heard that message clearly, and found easier prey somewhere else. Dogs changed everything, and this part of the story is genuinely fascinating. At some point, evidence suggests tens of thousands of years ago, certain wolves started hanging around human camps. Not to attack, to scavenge. The less aggressive ones, the ones willing to tolerate humans nearby. And humans, eventually, tolerated them back. Because those wolves did something no human watchman could do as well. They could smell a predator approaching from hundreds of meters away. In complete darkness. Before any human was aware of anything. A wolf-like animal suddenly alert and growling. Was a warning system more reliable than anything humans had. The camps that had these animals nearby slept a little better, survived a little longer. Over thousands of years, those wolves became dogs. And the reason your dog still barks at things outside at 2 a.m. That behavior goes back here. They're still doing the job their ancestors were kept for. Here's what ties all of this together. Ancient humans surviving the night wasn't one thing. It was everything at once. Fire to push the darkness back. Someone always watching. Careful choices about where to sleep. Noise to prevent ambush. And eventually, animals that could sense danger before humans could. Layered together, these strategies shifted the odds just enough. Not perfectly safe. Never perfectly safe. But survivable. And that's all they needed. Just survivable enough to wake up the next morning. Subscribe for more, because there's a lot more about how ancient humans made it through things they probably shouldn't have. And it only gets stranger.